Freddie, do you want to start?
Yeah, it was a disappointing result for us. I thought our guys kept fighting all the way to the very end. We just sort of ran out of time there at the end. So, they never gave up. These guys have been through a lot the last 3 weeks. The ability to show up for work every day is like unbelievable to see with these guys, and I commend them for everything that they've done the last 3 weeks and today. We didn't really catch any breaks today. You got to make your own breaks at sometimes, but we didn't really catch any breaks, and these guys just kept fighting. And I'm so proud of this team and these individual players for continuing to fight.
Freddie, how much did you guys work on Caleb doing the Wildcat stuff? I know there was a little wrinkle late in the year, I think the NC State game, and also Mike Merdinger was lined up as a receiver a few times. Did you guys do much of that in the last couple weeks?
Yeah, we've been working on it for the last 3 weeks, just in case, we needed it or we had injuries like we did, really. So I think it was pretty successful. That's probably how we moved the ball most efficiently the rest of all day, even in passing game at times. We had some opportunities there we didn't hit. Either protection broke down or we just didn't make the play. But you got to give UConn credit. I mean, they're a good, aggressive type team that it's either hit or miss, and they hit a lot today.
Freddie, with some of the guys that you didn't have around for different reasons, and shuffling different guys in different spots, did you think that led to some of maybe the procedural stuff in the first half? Some of the there was moments where you shot yourself in the foot. Did you think that just having different guys in different spots contributed to those mistakes?
Well, I think we had a lot of guys out there. That was their first playing experience. I think we started 3 freshmen on the offensive line, and then when we lost to Kobe, of course, we had a quarterback with Mike. He came in and did an admirable job. But of course, there's going to be some nerves for these guys, and I thought they did a good job as far as just trying to move past some of the early situations that we were in that weren't advantageous for us.
John, early on in the game, obviously guys moved it better in the fourth quarter. Those first 3 quarters kind of struggled with getting first downs, things like that. Do you feel there was anything in particular UConn's defense was doing to defense?
No, I mean they didn't do anything special. We just weren't executing. Play call was totally fine. We've been practicing it for 3 weeks to a month, and we just couldn't execute it. And when we would, get 3, 4, 5 yards, like somebody said, we cheer ourselves in the foot. Get a delay of game, offsides, and the whole 3 weeks we've been talking about is just man on man, beat your man, and it didn't really start kicking in until about fourth quarter, so it was just too late.
John, what were you feeling when Jacoby went down? What was kind of deciding?
It was definitely a big shock. You don't like seeing any of your teammates getting hurt, no matter who it is. But definitely, in that situation where we haven't had any other quarterback get any game reps. But it's next man up. That's mentality, and you never know when your opportunity is going to shine. And for Michael Merdinger, that was his opportunity, and he just got thrown in there. And that's a game of football. But I feel bad for Jacoby. He's great buddy of mine and great ball player, so it definitely sucked. But
John or Bo, I mean, the result was not what you wanted, but was there any point today or last couple of days where you've kind of been able to take a step back and A, kind of appreciate the kind of where you're playing and something different in your careers, and B, kind of to get to the end of this season and kind of put a period on it?
Well, I know, I think Bo maybe have some more eligibility, but me personally, I don't. So the last couple weeks, I've just been taking it all in, enjoying it with the tight ends, Coach Kitchens, all the guys. Just having a blast, and you never know when your last opportunity is going to be. If you get hurt, something happens. So just trying to take it all in, be grateful for it. Blessed that we have the opportunity to be here, and even though you lost and everything, still praise God and give Jesus all the praise no matter what. So that's through the ups and the downs, and unfortunately today was a down, but he still gets all the glory.
Well, I know you guys had a lot of changes or maybe even scratches on that defensive line today. I guess kind of throughout the game, just how would you kind of assess I guess defense as a whole, but especially the defensive line, just considering what you guys were missing up front. Just how would you kind of assess the way the game played for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we were missing some guys that had played a while, but I think they had a good scheme where they're just trying to run pretty much side to side, and puts our D-line in a tough bind and kind of doesn't give us the ability to use our skill sets the way that we usually do. So they did a pretty good job of that, but yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think we need to do a little better than that, in my opinion.
Did you see a lot of that on film? Some of those side to side.
Yeah, that's all they do. But
Freddie, I think when Jacoby went out, Mike went in, you had 5 true freshmen on the field on offense. Does that sort of encapsulate the way the season went here at the end? You're in that situation, and also sort of the nature of bowl games now, where the rosters are so kind of ripped apart. You're in a position to have 5 true freshmen on the field in that situation?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it from that standpoint, but of course that could happen to you very quickly, which it did today. And I think Lonnie and the offensive staff did a tremendous job of having sort of an emergency plan, and it kind of came to fruition a little bit with Caleb. We've been repping that for a little while, and didn't hesitate to get it incorporated. And then, Michael came in and made a couple throws for us there late too. So, I was proud of Mike, the way he handled the situation. I mean, he's sitting over there. He just jumped in the transfer portal 48 hours ago, and now he's out there playing. So, but yes, I think that encapsulates, bowl games now. But it's still, you gain a lot of good experience with it, and there has to be a winner and loser, and UConn just made a few more plays than us today. They did a great job.
There was also a lot of shuffling in the offensive line, guy. I mean, like Luke and he played both tackles. Was that just to try to find something that was working today, and how much of that was just a little bit of an eye down the road?
Well, I think you're definitely trying to find your best 5 or the best 5 matchups for what they're doing, and when the front started moving a little bit, which they've done all year, we try to move some guys in different spots and see how they react. So, those guys are pretty versatile up front as far as being able to play both sides of the line, and some of them are at least, and just trying to, when one can play both sides of the line and one is only playing on the other side, then you have to find a match.
Freddie, I know you guys just walked off the field, but what would you say, if you could speak to it, is your sense of where this program is heading?
I don't think, I think, the only thing I would say about that is we're going to get up tomorrow and we're going to go to work and try to make the program better, okay? And the players are going to do that, coaches are going to do that, and so that's what I'd say to that. I'm not into making predictions as far as what the program's doing and all this kind of stuff. We're just going to go to work tomorrow and try to make the program better from top to bottom tomorrow. And players will do the same thing. So, and then we'll see where we're at the next time we kick the ball off.
And just to follow up along those lines, Coach, could you speak to that? I know you're done playing, but when you think about this group of guys and Coach Belichick and everybody maybe heading with this thing, what is your sense of it?
I think they're heading in the right direction, no matter what. I'm a big believer in what Coach Kitchens teaches and what he coaches, and he's definitely excited for Belichick to come in, and I am too for the program. And like you said, I guess we'll just wait and see. The next time that we kick off. So definitely excited for the program. I think it's going to be pretty good. So
I know it starts and ends with a bunch of people that love football, that love Carolina, and love Carolina football. And these 2 guys up here with me, it's just 2 of them. There's a lot of people in the locker room right now that love Carolina and love football and love each other, and that's where it starts and ends. And as long as we keep surrounding ourselves with people like that, we'll turn the corner and we'll get there. But it all starts with the next day and whatever you're doing at that moment. And then you look up, next fall, and you're kicking the ball off again, and you see where you're at.
What has the last month been like for you? Because you're the one coach so far that we know is being retained. You're the interim head coach, and all this other stuff is going on. How have you been able to kind of keep your nose to the ground and keep this thing going? And have you had any of those personal step-away moments where you sort of reflect on the way things have transpired?
I truly try to practice what I preach, and my job when Bubba made me the interim coach was to be here for these kids at the present moment, to get them ready to play in the bowl game. And you know, and offer some kind of stability to get us through that interim time. And so that's really, I haven't really thought about anything outside of that other than, you know, working after that and some portal guys and stuff like that coming in. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, Bo, what's the last month been like for you? Have processed all this?
Just trying to get ready for the bowl game. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. Just straight football. It's nice because obviously school's over, so you're just playing football. It's professional at that point. So just trying to get up each morning, trying to get a little bit better, trying to get ready to play today.
Freddie, what was your message in the locker room when you guys got in there just now?
That I was proud of them. I'm proud of the way they've handled the last 3 weeks or month, whatever it's been, and proud of the way they just kept fighting. Other than that, we'll keep the rest of it in the locker room.
Freddie, back to Caleb. You guys weren't really moving the ball on offense, and then in the fourth quarter, you started off at the 4-yard line, and he ran for 5 straight 10-plus yard rushes, and then capped the drive off with a 17-yard passing touchdown. What was the confidence in just continuing to keep him in there and continuing to keep him doing that?
Well, I think, and if you ask Lonnie, I think he would assume, or he would agree with me when I say that, you know, we just ran out of time. You know, I think we found what we could do there, and we did a good job of executing. But again, the reason why we were able to do it then is because we executed better. It's the players out there playing the game. They executed the plays better, and Caleb executed what he's supposed to do, and just right on down the board. So, you know, that was a real good drive, and I'm proud of Caleb for you know, making those decisions. There's a lot of decisions he made on that drive, whether to pull it or keep it or and all that sort of stuff, and then just threw an absolute dime in the back of the end zone to John, and you know, I was proud of him, happy for him.
Well, I know, obviously, like you said, last month has just been, you know, about preparing for the game, things like that. But as a guy that does have, you know, eligibility left, years left, what is something that you kind of look forward to taking into next year?
I'm definitely ready for the off season now that this game is over, and just ready to go to work and try to get me and the rest of these D-line and this whole defense as a whole better. I mean, that's my main focus now.
Coach, you got held to 0 for 9 on third downs today. Is it something they were doing, just lack of experience, lack of execution?
Yeah, I think just lack of execution. You know, I don't think they didn't really do anything we didn't prepare for. You know, I don't think you get a lot of that in bowl games these days. You know, you got the rosters are so transient from a day-to-day basis at times, and so you can't really be too complicated. So they didn't really do anything. They made more plays than we did, and which usually wins or loses games. And you know, again, I think we just ran out of time. So.
All right, we good?